Please read the disclaimer. Trump just shocked everybody, XRP holders. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. President Trump just went on television and talked to the nation, told the people what he's thinking about, what's going on right now. Of course, this affected the market. We'll talk about what he said and how he said it and how that's affecting the crypto market. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smash that like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video. I know you guys can do it. Okay, the roller coaster continues. Whoa, right? As the day goes on, we continue to see the markets go up and down according to what the president says, according to how the Fed does stuff, according to what the Iranians say. Right now, XRP is sitting at $1.43, up 0.5% on the day, but you can see that it continues to be volatile, up and down, up and down. You can see in the morning it went up, then it came down after the president talked. Now it's coming back up a little bit, and the situation will continue. I think people are saying, well, once the war ends and the Clarity Act, is passed, then the market will come back to normal. I don't know if that will happen. Why? Because before the Iran-US war, there was tariffs, and before that there was the Greek debt crisis, and before that there was the China tension, and there's always something when President Trump is in office. So that is the normal of a Trump presidency, right? For better or for worse, right? Some people get angry in the comment section when I say things like this, but this is the reality, and we have to deal with it. Of course, you know that I think that the second timeline would have been a lot worse. So it's not that I'm saying that we're in a bad situation. It's just the situation that we have right now, okay? And we have to be smart about this, and we have to, build our positions and build our strategies according to that, right? That doesn't mean that we have to be scared all the time, but we have to always have the monkey on our shoulder, okay? As always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. So the president went on TV, which we'll get to in just a second. But before that, the Iranian official denies that any delegation has arrived in Pakistan for the negotiations with the U.S., calling reports of such talks baseless and fabricated. The U.S. delegation has arrived. Now, there's the deadline is tomorrow, right? There was a 2 weeks ceasefire, and that deadline is happening tomorrow. So what's going on? What's happening? Well, Trump was on CNBC, and this is basically what he had to say. He says, I saw the stock market was up before the war, but unfortunately, I told my team that I had to go on an excursion to a little place called Iran to stop the world from a nuclear Iran. He also said, President Trump, he says, I'm seeing on your screen right now that the Dow is almost at 50,000 and oil is only at 90. That's not bad, right? It's a little bit surprising. Iran will be sending their delegates to negotiate. We will end up with a great deal. The United States is in full control of the strait. I don't want to extend the ceasefire. We need to get a deal done soon. I am ready to start, to go on the offense again if nothing gets done. We have to continue investigating Jerome Powell on the Fed renovation building. I built a bigger hotel than his building for $200 million, which was much cheaper. Oh my God, President Trump's, he has the best quotes. And he says, I'll be disappointed if Kevin Warsh does not start cutting rates. So we'll get to a few things there, but today it seems that we could have the decision on the next Fed chairman. Right now, the confirmation is going on when I'm recording this. I opened it up and I fell right on Senator Warren. She was trying to get him to say all kinds of things about Trump, but he didn't fall into her trap. He didn't answer her questions, but he's now testifying, and high probability that he will be instated. Powell's term ends in 24 days. Trump wants lower interest rates and has openly attacked Powell. The Senate wants proof Warsh will act independently. And so that's what's happening right now. If he's not confirmed by May 15, Powell stays temporarily. Trump has already threatened that he would fire him. Today's decision will sharp interest rates, liquidity, and risk across every asset. And that also, probably stuff that is being said at that confirmation hearing is also maybe moving the market. So again, things like that. You once you know the market, you learn the market a little bit more. You learn things like this. If you remember, we talked about this previously that the previous two run-ups in 2020 and 2021 and 2017 all fell on low interest rates scenarios. I have it's like I'm recording at a different time today, and there's a light coming in, and I'm so orange, I think. I don't know what's going on. And I'm not used to recording at this time. It's Independence Day today, so I'm going out with my oldest tonight. He has things with his friend. So that's why I'm recording a little bit earlier. So again, the markets might flip by the time you see this. But if we go back to what I was talking before, the previous bull runs or the banana zones, however you want to call them, they happened when the interest rates were very, very low. If you go back and you check what were the interest rates levels in 2017, in 2021, I think 2017 was about 1% and 2021 was close to zero, right? The Fed chairman lowered it in 2020 basically to zero. And now we're at 3.5, if I remember correctly. So that's a significant, amount. And crypto assets and high risk assets in general, growth stocks, history has told us that they run when interest rates are low, because when that happens, people aren't afraid to take out money and then go invest in these assets because the interest rate on those loans will be lower, right? If you have to pay a 10% interest rate on your loan, then you need a significant amount of return in order to make that worthwhile, right? That risk. Well, now we're risk off because interest rates are high. And so potentially, once we get Kevin Warren into the that's no Kevin Walsh, not Warsh. Not I was thinking about Senator Warren because she was trying to grill him. Um, Once he gets into office, then that could be a significant shift for the markets, and of course, that could be very, very positive for crypto. And we could get a triple whammy kind of. We could get the end of the conflict, the end of the war. We could get Warsh into office and potentially get the Clarity Act passing too. We could get a triple good news right there, and then that could fuel a potential big run. That's what a lot of people are hoping for. And listen, 1 year ago, we got a new SEC chairman. Since then, it's been a new day for the SEC. His efforts to advance modern frameworks include setting a foundation to make America the crypto capital of the world, right? Think about this. America and the SEC are trying to make the US the crypto capital of the world. It's the biggest, the strongest, the most rich country in the world. You could debate that, but about the rich part with a $37 trillion debt, right? But still, if the US is the crypto capital of the world and the US is pushing crypto and it's pushing crypto innovation and it's bringing in investors and not scaring them away, then when you look at the price action right now, you say to yourself, okay, yes, we're in a bad situation right now, price action. But the US government is trying to tell us, hey, we're pro crypto. We're going to help crypto markets. We're going to try to innovate for crypto markets. And yes, right now, the prices versus the dollar are low. But if you look at what could potentially come, it's a totally different scenario. And that's why, again, long term, I'm still very, very bullish on the crypto market. I'm still very bullish on XRP and the XRP price action. But right now, I've told you this before. For me, in my portfolio, if XRP is at 142 or 150 or 5 or 50 cents, it's basically the same thing. Why? Because this is a long-term position. I'm not planning on exiting it right now. And so, yes, it might look better, when I look at my phone or when I look at my portfolio, but it doesn't mean anything unless my intentions are to exit that position. That's something that I've learned with my experience, that you can see all-time highs for your portfolio, and then 3-4 months later, you can see all-time lows. The shift can be huge, but if you're not planning to exit it. If you're holding long term, then that doesn't really matter. If you're day trading and swing trading, then yes, the price action matters. But when you're long term investing, it's a totally different scenario and a totally different situation again. But that's up to you. If you want to long term hold, if you want a short term hold, how much risk do you want to take? Maybe the crypto market doesn't play out. Maybe the crypto market is in the end a big dud. Maybe that could happen. Plan for that scenario. What are you going to do if that happens? Okay. Very, very important to remember that. Don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.